Tuesday, 9:12 a.m., my badge dies mid-email, and my wife, who just became my manager, hands me a termination letter. She leans on the side of my cubicle and says, "Your opinions are useless, sweetheart." Then she walks away like it's just another task checked off. I pack a box, a mug, a few photos, my lucky pen, and the leather folio I carry to every client meeting. Inside that folio is the only thing that matters now, the Atlas Protocol. It's a client success playbook I created on my own time and licensed to the company as separate intellectual property. They pay for it like software. They use it under a license that ends the day they fire me. I didn't hide this. I wrote the agreement. Legal signed it. I go home, pour a drink, and start reading my employment contract like it's a rescue manual. Section 14C jumps out. If I'm terminated without cause, my non-compete for relationships I originated is void. If they try to force me to keep working after that, they owe liquidated damages calculated by trailing revenue. Someone left that in there. I didn't. They did. Then I pull Exhibit J, every client I personally brought in. 10 accounts, big ones. Whitmore Capital, Kestrel Logistics, Novaris Biotech, Helios Minerals, Blue Ridge Insurance, Horizon Retail Group, Vantage Energy, Redwood Health, Arlight Media, Sterling Foods. Together, about $180 million a year. Most of those contracts have a key person clause that names me. If I'm gone and the client doesn't consent to a replacement, they can leave. I text Elliot in ops. "Watch renewals." He replies fast. "Copy. Buckle up." Next morning, I do nothing flashy. I wait. By late morning, Elliot calls. The company ran a webinar pitching an AI-assisted pod model. No specific account manager assigned yet. Whitmore asks in chat where their actual manager is. My name. They're told the team will cover it. 37 seconds later, Whitmore ends the call and says they'll review their contract. By afternoon, a clean termination notice arrives. Key person clause invoked. That's $24 million walking out the door in one email. The next 2 days turn into a pattern. Kestrel leaves. Novaris begins unwinding. Helios triggers its clause. Blue Ridge demands fee waivers for services not delivered. Horizon exits under the organizational change section. By the weekend, Vantage hires outside counsel and sends notice. Redwood moves to a competitor. Arlight signs a letter of intent elsewhere. Sterling asks for my personal number. When they don't get it, they terminate. 10 accounts gone. $180 million in annual revenue evaporated in less than a week. While this is happening, Elliot quietly screenshots system logs. 17 accounts are still using Atlas templates after my license ended the day they fired me. That isn't a misunderstanding. It's unauthorized use. Monday morning, my phone rings. It's the CEO. He starts with specific performance and threats about my contract. I ask if he's read Section 14C. Silence. Paper shuffling. I tell him to book a room, bring the CFO, the general counsel, the real numbers, the client notices, and the Atlas usage logs. I also suggest he check his directors' and officers' insurance. At 2 p.m., we meet in a glass-walled conference room that looks like a magazine ad for power. The CFO's got 17 spreadsheets open. The lawyer has binders. HR has forms. My wife sits to the side, pale and very quiet. I pass out 3 copies of my contract neatly tabbed. We turn to 14C. The lawyer reads, "The part voiding my non-compete for relationships I originated, given a without cause termination. Then the part about liquidated damages if they try to compel performance anyway. The CFO confirms the number they've lost already. $180 million annual run rate. The damages multiple for post-termination pressure, 3 times trailing revenue." Heads drop. My wife whispers, "Oh my God!" Then we talk Atlas. I slide over the license. It terminated automatically the day they fired me. I open the folder with the documentation, onboarding scripts, renewal cadences, dashboards, escalation paths, the whole system they've been selling as proprietary process. I don't brag. I just state the facts. The lawyer looks ill. The CFO checks the logs and says what I already know. Atlas materials went out to 17 accounts post-termination. That's willful, not accidental. We do the math. Minimum statutory damages are ugly. Maximum is much worse. Add liquidated damages under 14C. Add legal fees. Add reputational damage. The room goes still. I give them 2 choices. Option A, we fix this quietly. I don't come back as an employee. That ship sailed. I return as a consultant at a premium rate with a prepaid retainer. The Atlas license is reinstated at a higher fair price. The CEO signs and sends a formal apology to all affected clients, acknowledging missteps and the plan to correct them. My wife steps down from management. I personally oversee the transition for all 10 accounts, directly, clearly, no pod model, no buzzwords. Real ownership, real names, real calls. Option B, public war. I join a competitor and lawfully take the Exhibit J relationships under the non-compete carve-out. We file for liquidated damages under 14C. We file IP claims for Atlas. We make this very visible, and they can explain it to their board, their carriers, and the market. They ask for time. I tell them I'll be downstairs for coffee. An hour later, they accept option A exactly as tendered. The retainer hits my inbox. The apology letter arrives for review. My wife's resignation from management is one line, effective immediately. That afternoon, I start work from a borrowed corner office. First priority, client triage. I call Whitmore. They'll take a meeting if I'm leading the repair plan. Kestrel wants a compliance review Friday. Novaris wants a full-service audit. By day's end, I've set up 7 transition calls, each with a clear path back to stability. Named owner, escalation rules, timelines, and weekly check-ins. The company agrees to stop using Atlas until the new license is signed. Their team thanks me more than once. Nobody says it out loud, but everyone understands why we're here. Over the next week, the bleeding slows. A few clients choose to return under stricter terms and higher rates for immediate access. A few stay gone. That's fine. Stability beats fantasy. We rebuild the book with clients who actually value a named human who answers the phone. Inside the company, they replace slogans with calendars, CRMs, and real accountability. They stop pretending AI makes relationships. It doesn't. People do. They also stop mailing Atlas templates like they're free. They're not. The new license is signed and the fees are paid on time. There's fallout. The board wants to know how they let this happen. They schedule long meetings. They ask harder questions. HR rewrites a few policies. Some folks change seats. Some leave. That's their business. Mine is clients and contracts. I spend my mornings on recovery calls and my afternoons on playbooks. The same steps every time. 1. Name the owner. 2. Confirm the scope. 3. Rebuild the weekly cadence. 4. Fix the dashboard. 5. Plan the next win. It's boring in the best way, work that works. In the middle of this, private equity calls. They like firms that learn their lesson and bring in adults. I don't say much, just that the path forward is simple. Do the work, keep your promises, pay for what you use, read what you sign. 6 months later, the story is dull the way good businesses are dull. Most accounts are back on firm ground. The apology letter, short, sincere, specific, did its job. The Atlas license is clean and current. The company stopped trying to be clever and started trying to be consistent. Revenue is steadier. Turnover slowed. Clients know who to call. As for me, I kept it simple. I didn't burn the building down. I didn't post screenshots. I showed up, put names on charts, and did exactly what the contract said would happen. Section 14C wasn't a trick. It was a guardrail. The Atlas license wasn't a weapon. It was a boundary. When they crossed both, I used the tools that were already on the table. People ask how it felt when my wife fired me and called my opinions useless. Here's the truth. It stung for about a day. Then the numbers started talking, and numbers are honest. 1 clause, 1 license, 10 relationships, and a calendar full of calls. That's all it took. In the end, the company learned to count again. So did I. I counted what mattered. The clients I built, the work I owned, the words we all signed. And when it was time, I pointed to 1 small line. The lawyer read it. The room went quiet. And we all finally did what we should have done from the start. Read the fine print, then do the right thing. Thank you for watching.